Talk to me, Cleveland. Okay, I'm here with my brother, my main man, Arrogant. Talk to him.
Yo, it's your boy Arrogant, aka Aerovision. You know what we do. So, my brother had put up a prediction blog about this weekend's big battle rap event, a Summer Impact. I'm gonna tell you right now, I just watched it. Some incredible things happened. Some history was made. Oh, we got to tell them about what the name of the show is. So the name of our show is called First Watch.
First Watch, for sure.
And let me tell you what that means, how we do it. Everybody does their show a different way. My bro Chill is going to watch all of the battles and things before I get to watch them. So he's going to have the first watch feel. After he does his first watch, we come in and we watch them together. And then for me, it's my first watch. And for him, it's his second watch. So it's beautiful because when we just watched it, I'm like, it's like so exciting for me. But for him, it's more like, oh, I picked up this.
So it was my second time.
That.
So when people talk about, they saw something, they didn't see something on their first watch, but they did see it on their second watch.
Right.
That's how it was for me. I was able to pick up stuff that I didn't pick up the first time. And and I pride myself on trying to be able to pick up everything.
It is hard.
But we were able, and like you said, this was something we really had to do for this specific one for sure to kick this off, because this was a combination of, like history. I said before, of Summer Madness and Double Impact.
Man,
so
incredible.
He put this together, Summer Impact, and it was nuts. So we're going to get this cracking from we're gonna do it in the order that it went down, right?
Yep.
So the first joint, Jazz the Rapper, Official. The Bardashians.
Let me get to my notes.
The Bardashians.
And let's get the backstory to this. So there was history on this because, 40 Bars had battled Jazz, and Jazz had battled Hart, and Hart had battled Official. So there was
Jazz
a
battled
lot,
Official.
And Jazz battled Official. There was a lot of backstory to this. So wherever you want to start. You want to start with me on the first watch, how I felt about it? Because a lot of historic things happened in this battle that we got to talk about. Some stuff that we didn't know could happen in battle rap happened in this battle.
Well, I will say that I did, for the people did a prediction. Mm-hmm. And I predicted, and we can go back and check the tape, I predicted a body bag. Go back and check it.
Called it.
All right, but go ahead and kick off. I don't know if you want to do it round by round.
So I'm, we hadn't talked, because Chill put up the predictions. We just come right into this. So this is the first episode of First Sight. We're going to give you all the stuff later. We just wanted to, first watch, we just wanted to really get it going. So, all right, so here's the thing. So, first round, the first people to go was Jazz and Official, all right? And when I tell you there was just so many quotables in this, I wrote down little, very small notes. So when Jazz and Official came out, one of the lines that just stuck with me, what was it? With this 40 below, drop 40 below, how's the weather there? Just crazy crowd reactions. They just had really a lot of great moments in that first round. That was just like, I was like, yo, they have to match their energy in the second round. So, I basically said they had a lot of great moments. Now, I will say this about Jazz and Official. Towards the end of the round, they did lose a little bit of steam. The steam came off a little bit. It wasn't a boo, but then you notice that was kind of a lull coming towards the end. But their consistency, their transitioning, you can tell that these two really know each other, because, the way they were going back and forth with the lines, and Jazz was coming in, and Jazz stepped up her stage performance because she knew the people were going to say, well, Official's the performer and you're not. No, Jazz performed. Jazz performed.
Well, what I want to say, which stood out the most for me, is that in their first round, you saw they had chemistry. You saw that Official and Jazz, the Bardashians, as they called themselves, were having fun. Yeah. They were snapping from the beginning, but they were having fun. So you could tell that they girls, they hang out.
They were having fun. Then I like the other line. This one was just funny because I saw that historic battle between Jazz and Official when they battled. And she said, it's just piece of line. She said, "You made me lose my innocence. I lost my inner sense." Talking about how, everybody knew Jazz was a virgin, and then she, lost her virginity. Of course, she played on that in the Hart battle, but that's a whole nother thing. But overall, first round to Jazz and Official was just fire. Like, they really came with it. It was consistent. So I'm like, okay, what's 40 and Hart gonna do? So they had a pretty strong intro. I can't remember totally what the intro was, but I love the part where 40 walks up to him. And let's just be real. 40 was looking beautiful.
Okay, let me tell you
40,
something.
40 is fine.
Let me
40,
tell you,
you
bro.
fine. You fine.
Let me tell you, bro. I watched. Okay, I guess I was supposed to watch it twice.
Oh my
Give it
God.
one watch, and then the second watch when I was with you. I actually watched that battle like 3 times.
40,
really just to see 40.
40 always come looking good. But this time, she went to extra. She had on a tight-fitting shirt, stomach looking good, had the cheekies out. Like,
Big
oh yeah,
ups to
40 looked good.
bars.
And she was gangster in that first round. So let's get into a little bit of it. Like I said, they had a strong start. I like the part where she walks up to them and says, told me to catch this body because both of you bitches needed fire, because we know that 40 is just beautifully shaped. Jazz ain't exactly the most shapely woman. Official, I mean, she's representing for the thicker sisters. So that was funny. Shaped like a mailbox, fucking with y'all delivery. That was fire. This double jeopardy. This is double 40. This is double jeopardy. Jazz ain't go. Try me a second time. Fire. Hey. I mean, it was a lot of fire lines in this.
40 bars and Hart on their first round at the beginning of the set. They came out banging. Oh, they came out banging. I thought this was going to be a for real fight. They came out.
Here's another one I like, because the B-boy and hip-hop in us loves this. The fact that Hart came with this, which is not shocking with Hart's level of skill in writing. They didn't expect you to face bars again. Shout out Sue Surf. So talking about how, Sue Surf was behind bars and it got out. And, they didn't expect for bars and Jazz to be in front of each other again. So, hey, they were fire. Now, here's where, to me, it got kind of funny. So they got choppy. The back and forth wasn't consistent towards the end.
Right.
Like the way they were transitioning, and one was supposed to come in with a line. We started to see that at the end of the first round, so it started to feel a little suspect, when they got to that point. And the chemistry began to fall a little flat. And actually, they had a few boos, and that's when they started you could hear the convos. Like, come on, you're supposed to say this, supposed to say that.
The B.A.A.R.S came out near the end of their round. But it was near the end of the round that you could see that they weren't as prepared as the other squad, as Jazz and O. Yeah. So you could start to see at the end. Now, they started off their round hot. No doubt.
They did.
But near the end of that, it started tailing off.
It started to get
you
bad.
could see who was more prepared. And at the very end of the first round, you also unfortunately saw who the weak link was.
And I'll be honest with you. And here's the honest thought. If they would have stayed consistent, the way they was barring them, the delivery, the performance, all that was great, the charisma, that round would be debatable for me. But just because of all the problems, the dry spots, and trying to really get it together, I mean, that first round automatically goes to the Bardashians. It goes to the Bardashians. They get that.
Okay.
All right.
First round, we both giving it to Jazz and Official. The
Jazz and Official get it. They get it.
Unfortunately, for the other team, for 40 and Hart, that was their best round. That was their best round, because when you get to 2, they had spots, but it came down a little bit.
Yeah. So
and you started seeing the slide.
So second round comes around, and I'm gonna tell you, they started the Bardashians, Jazz and Official starts wigging. Like, I can give you a couple different ones. So let me get the first one. Damn, 40, you still choking. It's funny you got Hart and still standing in front of me. Fire. Fire. And she just had choked. Yeah. So that made it even worse. Official. I said something nasty at 40. I'm back watching bitches. Like it was just it was just line after line. And they laughing and
And that's what I was
smiling all
gonna
the
say.
time.
This was the point that you could see that Jazz and Official, not only were they prepared, but
Yeah.
they were having fun. They was having fun,
They was smiling the whole
snapping
time.
on them, joking,
Yeah.
laughing,
Yeah.
but coming back to back to back with heat.
They were killing it. Other one. This is the last one I had. I just love this line because there was a few of these. This gun will hit women and kids. This the Tech 9.
You know,
Everybody knows the Tech 9 story, so nobody got to break that down.
yeah, but Tech caught wreck this whole the
yeah.
whole summer impact. Tech caught wreck. So
Yeah.
it was just the beginning for that.
So that was a great round. So I'm sitting there after the second round. I'm like, okay, we gave the first round to the Bardashians, Jazz and Official. So now Hart and 40 bars, they got to come with it. And in the second round, it just went. So I don't think for the second round I put a lot of quotables. I just really, really wrote down what I felt because I didn't catch a lot of it. They had a great open actually.
They had that big head, big boob.
Well, the big head, big boob.
Big
That
head,
was
big
that was
boob.
hot. That was so you got notes on that. They had the big head, big boob. That was hot. And then they had a great open, but then the chemistry got very inconsistent. 40 obviously did not know. Maybe she knew where she was supposed to come in and they didn't rehearse. I don't know. But this speaks a lot to, and I'm just going to get off of it for a second and go to other teams. The gold standard, let's just keep it real and I can't wait till we get to that battle too. If you watch DNA and K Shine, who innovated, shouts out to NWX, they're one of my favorites. They really innovated it. And I don't want to say too much. I want to say something about them when we get to them. They really innovated the timing and the way you're supposed to come off a person. Not that somebody's supposed to bite it, but
Right.
there's still an etiquette and a chemistry, and you have to be able to see that. So even in the people that face them, you could tell when they were bringing the team battle rap back, people that were facing them were really trying to make sure they had their timing together because their timing's impeccable.
I don't even know why Hart and 40 Bars was on the same team.
They should
I don't
maybe
even
Hart
know,
somebody else.
because 40 she has the views, and I think she
Yeah.
spoke to that during the match
Yeah.
about all the views.
Yeah.
But it was times that Hart was looking like, come on,
Yeah.
what we doing?
Because
What
Hart,
you gonna do?
Because remember when it got to the one point where Hart was almost ready, damn near seemed like Hart was ready to spit by herself.
At
And
one
just take them
point,
both on.
and she should have.
Yeah. So
and she should have.
So, but that round was just, to be honest with you, this is the note I wrote that me and you laughed about. They jerseyed out too, so it was a short round.
Oh, that is right.
So they jerseyed out the second round, so they automatically lose the second round. So now we going into the third, and it's pretty much over. It doesn't make sense to do the third, but we're gonna do the third because we're here. Because
I was feeling good about my body bag prediction from the rip.
No, you was on it.
They made me look good on
You was on it. You was on it. So third round, I'll be honest with you, not because there's not much to say about the third round, but I will say that in this one, Jazz and Official, they went to their joke round.
Right.
With an undertone of seriousness with the bar. So I'll just give you one, which was hilarious because they were, messing with 40 about drugs and living in a shelter and all that. And they say, you gave us a bitch shaped like a Coke bottle, but got a Coke habit. I mean, and that's been a rumor about 40 that she has a Coke habit. So, and it just goes on and on. It doesn't even make sense to quote a lot of them. If you got some more, I mean, you can go in. But
It wasn't good how they did Carlisa. They you know what?
And then it was calling out a government name.
They called out a government name.
Calling out a government.
She was totally unprepared. I don't know if it was some addiction problems, or unpreparedness, but she shouldn't have showed up for the battle if it was going to be.
No, because it was nuts,
and it made it look bad for the ladies.
Right?
Because that could have been a classic. Because Hart looked like she came to bring it.
Right.
And unfortunately, 40 did not. But
Yeah, it
But
was.
the
It was.
Bardashians,
Yeah,
and they were in their bag from the
they.
beginning. They didn't stop until they
Nah.
slowed down at the end to crack a couple jokes. But
Yeah.
still, back to back to back bars. They brought it.
So here comes the history. So that was that we just did third round, right? Yeah,
Yep, yep,
gave
yep,
us a bit
yep.
shape like okay. So at that point, we already got the Bardashians as an official up, 2-0. I mean, it's obvious. So it's already a loss. So here's where it gets funny. I did not know you could do this. Me and Chill come from the old school battle rap and watched all of this build into
That's
what it
right.
is. I did not know you were allowed to forfeit a battle. Now, from what I hear, we got to do our history because me and Chill stay up on everything. There is a battle. I talked to somebody. There is one other battle where somebody forfeit, and I believe it's an early smack URL battle. I can't remember who the battler was.
And the purpose was what? Because the purpose.
Purpose was but this person was just getting smoked though.
Well,
So,
okay,
well, they were getting smoked too.
That's what I was gonna
Yeah,
say.
yeah. So they forfeit. They literally forfeit the match. Smack got on, said they forfeited. The building erupted, and that was that. The battle was over. So it's a body.
I don't know how.
It's a body. It's a body.
Debo has to be really upset behind this.
Yeah, it's a body.
Big stage,
It's a body.
URL, where it matters.
It's a body.
And this what they go do. And again, I feel bad for E Hart.
Bruh, you just read my mind. I was just gonna say this. None of this is a hit at E Hart's talent. I love E Hart. I think E Hart is just one of the dopest lyrically. I think there's a lot of things she could tune up just being a battle rapper in front of an audience. Because even with the jazz battle, and she spit some bars in that. I can't take nothing from her in that jazz battle. But from the standpoint of jazz, what she bring me, jazz won that battle. You know what I'm saying?
Their whole team already had a problem with energy.
Yeah.
They were going to have that problem regardless.
Yeah,
okay,
absolutely.
But let's get to NWX.
All right. So there y'all got the history. They forfeited, win to the Bardashians, Jazz, and Official.
Now, everybody knows this whole 2-on-2 phenomenon was popularized by these two brothers, by K-Shine and DNA, the champion. Is he still the champion? Is he
DNA?
He was the self-appointed champion.
Well, he's still doing. I love.
He had three different personas.
I love when battle rappers do the different personas. It reminds me of like just from a hip hop standpoint, how rappers just have different aliases. Jay-Z, Sean Carter, Redman has all his different aliases. So I like when DNA went with. He's reinvented himself so many times. He's got the PG Killer, and he's got the champ.
And he's got the champ.
So he's got three. Coming into this battle, here's what I knew. I knew that DNA had kind of not. I watched a couple. DNA is smart. First, let's just keep it there. He had done a couple tune-up battles, getting himself together. I watched him. He was DNA in those battles. Did a couple overseas battles. But I knew DNA was coming into this fresh because DNA is a seasoned vet. So he knows what the double impact is. He knows the importance of being on the smack card. He knows all that, and as does Kate Shine.
Right.
Because of what they all went through. So what they've done. So I had already, my prediction was just in my mind was NWX 2-1.
Okay.
Now let's get in a battle and I can tell you.
Okay, but let me tell you this. First of all, I had to recognize, like everybody else, K-Shine and DNA are the best that has ever done this.
Yeah, you have to. You have to give them that.
They're the gold standard for this.
Yeah.
So you have to show up ready to be that team. Problem with this was going to be they were facing two killers.
Yeah, and
Ron Nitti and Geechi Gotti are nobody to play with.
No.
And like I said in my prediction, I'll take Geechi Gotti one-on-one against almost everybody.
Yeah.
Against almost, he's dangerous cat. You don't just jump out there and take Geechi Gotti and you're not prepared. Flat out. And Ron Nitti, that's your man.
Yeah. So all right. So let's get into this. So of course, it's never a shock. NWX just comes out freaking going in. And just the way they go in starting, it's unlike any other. What I like about them, NWX is a team that a lot of people don't talk about this. I watch the different things that are put out there, content. They're never fazed by the crowd. And that's what I love about them. They're more phased by their opponent. Those guys come in, they focus on their opponent. They're phased by their opponent or what their opponent is saying and getting themselves prepared. The crowd is non-existent to them, really. They're professionals. So they come out and they are just, they're going bananas.
They snapping from the beginning.
They snapping. So I give you one line. I love this. Of course, you already automatically know this is K-Shine. DNA had said something. K-Shine comes in. Have you pouring out rum before you get it? This is for the dead homies. Fire. K-Shine again. There was a line, set up line before that. He says, I start picking every C. I'm taking the test fast. You know how when you mark all of the answers on the test, right. Everybody, they just going in. The other one, they both get Ricky in the wheelchair, 30 inches on each side, rolling 60.
These brothers came out fire hot from the beginning.
We don't even have to break that down. Everybody's seen that movie. So that was just crazy. And seeing to the fact that Geechi was from L.A., it's from L.A., it's from Cali. So, yeah,
and
they were going off.
DNA had a line. He took a swipe. I didn't write the whole line down. But DNA hit Geechi Gotti with, I'm like Geechi Gotti. One angle.
Yeah, one. And then they did that big basketball scheme. I have to just watch that again to pick it all up. But crazy. Oh
wait, K-Shine had the zipper. Had the zipper. It's something about Mary.
Oh my God. Yeah, I thought I had marked that one down. Yeah, that was crazy. But that first round from NWX was just crazy. And then it's just like there is like when K-Shine boys come in outside, it's like the perfect blending. Yeah. Like it's just a way they do it that nobody else can do it like them. Like it's just they can't. So that first round it's a hard round to beat.
But guess what?
Let's just put it that way.
Guess what? Yeah. Rum Nitti and Geechi Gotti, as we knew that they would.
Hey.
They came in barking.
Hey. They went ham. So they come out, first of all, and like I say, we were taking quick notes because this was a lot for me to take in and then have to come right back with it. But we wanted to get this first watch going.
Right.
So this is first watch. All right, so check it out. This was dope to me. So they mixed their slogans. And they say, you want the Whitney Houston, that was rum. And then Geechi comes in, you's a suicidal bitch. Oh man, the building just erupted. That was hard. Another nice quotable, I'm dumping sticks and seeds, the weeds trash. Like they just like, the setups to the punchlines was incredible. And that's one of the things, we're going to talk about that later because there's a few battles we got to talk about that. But the setups to the punchlines was crazy. Then hold up, I want to say this, then I want you to chime in on that too. I like when they were doing, because this is going to set up for something that happens in the second round with NWX and DNA K-Shine. They were doing their bars, and then they did, which for them shocked me because they don't really do a lot of crowd shit. They had the crowd saying every fucking bar every time they spit a fire line. So fire opening round from every fucking bar. But I'll be honest with you. First round, I gave it to NWX.
I gave it to NWX as
well.
NWX. And not just because in my predictions I predicted, and
they won that round.
And I said it, I predicted on chemistry alone, but I was not surprised that the first round was close.
That's what I'm gonna say.
It was definitely a close first round.
Now, don't think because we giving DNA and K-Shine all of these props like we not fair. No, we're being fair. That was a very close round. That was a very close round. And EFB came out swinging. That was a very close round. But NWX, to me, they just had too much. Like when they were doing the basketball scheme and they acting it out, like they had it all. I can't even play with it. So I got to give that one NWX. Like they won that round. They edged it, but they won it.
Second round.
Okay.
NWX came back out hitting again. They did not slack up. They didn't rest
at all.
As a matter of fact, I think they might have came out even harder.
Well,
second round.
So here's what makes it slick. Everybody knows NWX is very big on answering. because you got that talent of DNA. DNA's been kind of, if you notice, he's trying to teach it to K-Shine. K-Shine ain't got it yet, but when K-Shine get that totally, he gonna be bananas
DNA is
with
always
that.
available to rebuttal
Right.
something all the time.
So they come out and they did a Geechi slogan flip. They said they say it's real when you can see it in their eyes, but not when their eyes roll back. Fire. I'm a menace with this 40. Hey, let my homie get his change. Fire. You know what I'm saying? Like they were just going. And then here's what when they really started wigging. They took what they were doing in the first round by having the crowd going every fucking bar, and then they were shortening their trip to the punch and had the crowd saying every fucking bar. It was crazy.
And you know what? Shout
It
out
was
to the crowd.
crazy.
Shout out to the crowd.
Y'all
The
was
people-
fair. Y'all was
the,
fair.
The people in they were at the Fillmore because that played in
It's
a
a
lot
big
of
concert venue.
a lot of lines
Yeah.
concert venues in it's in North Carolina.
Yeah.
So shout out to the people in North Cac. So people were wondering how was this going. All the time they wonder how is a URL event gonna rock. Not in New York. And the crowd, they came with the gas when the gas was needed.
Yeah.
Sometimes they came with the gas when
Yeah.
it wasn't needed, but that happens
It does.
in all venues.
Yeah.
And you could tell that they picked up a lot of the intricacies
Yeah.
of the bars and the segues and all the things that people appreciate about battle rap. The crowd, because when it's a bad crowd, it can affect the
They were
show.
good. Yeah, they were good.
But it was a
They
good
were
crowd.
So I got that. That every fucking bar joint was crazy. And then I didn't pick up all the lines. Y'all gotta understand one thing about me as we do this first watch, I'll do more with the bars. And I do pick up on the bars, but sometimes I just start enjoying the battle.
Right,
and
right.
this is my first watch, so I gotta be able to enjoy it. He got more notes. But the other thing that was crazy, they had this big R&B scheme and angle they did that was just bananas in that round. And that just, I'm like, oh my God. I'm like, what is EFB going to come with? But after this round, because their second was better than their first. To me, they turned up in that second, man.
I agree.
They turned up in that second.
I agree. And 'cause like we said, the first round for NWX was hot. The second round was even hotter.
Yeah.
The second round was even hotter. So we want to go to the second round for the other fellas, for Rum and Geechi.
Yeah. So round two, they start off, strong. Geechi takes a shot at Hitman. I can't remember the line, but it was dope. Then after taking a shot at Hitman, he's going at DNA, and this was kind of cool because we all kind of knew they were going to tease the Geechi DNA battle because
Right.
that's kind of on the chopping block. We know it's I think it's coming before 2020.
Okay.
I think we'll be recapping that it's coming. But he says, I figure if I left DNA on the scene, I'm getting booked. So, basically saying like if I left DNA on the scene, he's getting booked. They're going to make the battle. What's the other one? They're trying to figure out how it's blood all over the floor, but no DNA. So, I mean, Geechi's wigging. Then the other one that was hard was when they referenced Geechi. No, not Geechi. They referenced when Rum choked.
Yes,
Choked
that was
in
a
the
nice
K-Shine battle, and he said he was down like he was holding the gun, and he was like, I was coaching myself through the choke, like spree well. Oh. Even K-Shine was like,
So
they take a lot for K-Shine to get that nod.
that's an old school reference where Spreewell choked his coach. So
Spreewell choked
people
his
might not
coach.
remember that one, but
I remember
Spreewell
that.
choked his coach. So dope line
We need more
on that
spree
one.
wells in the NBA. That was funny. I
But
remember
Rum also had the one where he said he was knocking DNA all the way back. That's ancestry.
that was hard. That was hard. The ancestry line was hard too. Yeah.
So no, again, Rum and Geechi, they came strong again.
going.
They came strong again the
was
second
going.
round. This was building up to be a classic battle, a good battle, potentially battle of the night.
Yeah.
Potentially at this point,
Potentially.
because obviously the first battle was a body. So
Yeah. So for me, we're about to be going into round 3. Again, too much NWX. I give second round to NWX. So basically, we got NWX for the win, but Geechi and Rum aren't those types of dudes. It's gonna be like, hey, lay down, and
I give the second round to NWX too, but again,
it's close.
it's close. So
It was a fight.
it wasn't as close as the first round,
Nah.
but it was still close.
Because DNA and K Shine, no matter how people feel about them, I know they have their hate fan club of people like, oh, they this, that, and the other. But the one thing about them is I know they looking at that first one. Okay, these niggas came to play. Now we got to turn it up. And they can turn it up at any point in time. That's the thing that's dope about them. So they turned it up that round. EFB was going. All those quotables we gave y'all was great. And there's all kind of other gems in there. If you watch it, you'll catch. But we going NWX second round.
But let me tell you another thing. If this was any other, I won't say any other team, but most other battles that the Geechi and Rum would be in a different position.
Yeah.
They would easily be 2-0, 2 up.
Yeah.
Against another team.
Yeah.
Except for NWX.
If you put them against maybe somebody else on the card, it might be different.
It might be different because they were snapping the whole time. They had quality bars.
Yeah.
Their delivery was good. They got on Geechi a little bit, but still squinting.
But we know Smack is smart. Smack knows how to, and much love to URL Smack. He knows how to space it out.
Right.
And say, oh, you wanted us to try to put goods and DNA together and goods and clips and DNA and other. No, we're not gonna do that. Some of that stuff they save on purpose, but we know that. So all right. So now we are to round 3. This is the fun round. A lot of people know NWX. They'll do props. They'll have fun. They'll do whatever. So basically, this whole round, a good majority of the round, maybe 65, 75%.
Wrong life decisions.
They did wrong life decisions, and they brought out a brother. I don't even know who it was. It was probably somebody from their team, but he was dressed like a tree.
A tree. Yeah, the brother dressed like a tree.
Yo, let me stop while we doing this vlog and say this.
A whole tree.
Because we'll say it at the end anyway. This is worthwhile. Get this pay-per-view. It's worth it. Get the pay-per-view. It's worth it.
Just to see them, well, besides for the brothers to see 40.
It's worth it. Yeah.
But to also see the whole
we gotta say
bad life decisions. The whole tree angle.
Now, Chill's going to have more notes than me. I'm just going to paint the scene a little bit and let Chill kind of finish it off. So they bring out the tree, and everybody's already laughing because they know what it's going to be. Even Geechi, kind of hides behind the tree. Like, they have some laughs. Like, it's all love. And so they just start going in. And they're using a bit of his, like, nigga, use a bitch. They're like, nigga, use a twig. And then they had a whole little thing that went with that. And nigga, use a branch. Then they had a whole little thing with that. So it was just, like, really, really funny. And then they still made sure they was keeping up with the bars. So that's really, I was so entertained and enjoying that. I didn't pick up everything. If you want to see it, cop the pay-per-view is worth it. But it was crazy. Like, I enjoyed that. So if you got anything else on that.
But let me tell you something. One thing I did, and you might feel differently about this.